I'm PlexiCosplay. This is my Astalos Blademaster set from Monster Hunter. I used both the in-game references as well as artwork to create this cosplay. I first started with the undersuit, which was a mock-up that was modified and cut to pieces to fit the style of the costume itself, and then I created a harness system for the skirt as well as the tail and battery pack that fits underneath the bodysuit. The skirt itself was a bit trickier. I utilized a system of PVC pipes for the bones and aluminum, which was carved out and then attached to the pipes at the bottom to keep the structure of the skirt. I used a ball-peen hammer to bend the edges of the aluminum so that they fit nicely around each of the pipes. And then the pipes were also connected to each other at the waist and wrapped in a fiberglass casing so that they stayed together nice and sturdy. One of the more interesting parts of this cosplay was that the bodysuit and the skirt itself had to match in that neon green color. I ordered PVC vinyl that was transparent for the skirt wings and then stretched them over the PVC pipes. The helmet's one of my proudest pieces because it's all 3D patterns and I have to do all of my patterns by hand with paper, trial and error. So it ended up with a really nice 3D shape around both of the wings on the sides. The top is out of carved foam. And then I proceeded to create the rest of the foam drafts, again, out of paper and just trial and error. There was a little bit of planning that had to go into the way I was painting and priming because a lot of the parts needed to be transparent. I used PlexiCosplay for these sections and made sure to cover before I painted. There are several layers that went into this paint job, including a reflective green sheen over all of the steel black, as well as neon paints that were gradients on many of the sections that needed to either be illuminated or needed to appear illuminated. Speaking of illumination, there are several parts to this costume that utilize LED lights. Within the arm pieces is a directional LED that I have sandwiched between PlexiCosplay and the underlying foam so that you can't see any of the button lights. These are powered by 12-volt batteries in each hand. I thought they had a really cool glowing effect, and it also glowed up into the elbow sections through PlexiCosplay. I approached the skirt a little differently. I wanted it to glow as well. I'm still not sure if I entirely like it, but I used about 40 feet of LED lights through each of the spines of the skirt that shine inward underneath PlexiCosplay. The battery pack is connected right in the center back, and then I have a tail system where the battery fits into a slot attached at the top of the tail so that it's nice and hidden and also secured at my waist. As you can see, the lights in the skirt are much brighter than the ones on the hands. They can be controlled with a remote or at the battery pack at the waist. I don't have it tucked in here because I just wanted to show off the lights, but I do have a pouch at the tail section where all of the cords can be easily hidden. My favorite part of this cosplay was the lightning paint affected at the end. This is because the monster from Monster Hunter, Astalos, has an electric lightning type of vibe to him, and so I wanted to incorporate that in this without actually having electricity. Apparently it's not that easy to make a Tesla coil. So the lightning on top is done with an airbrush to give it that glow, and then a small paintbrush on top with a glowing kind of a greenish tint to it for all of the lightning strikes across. I thought this looked really nice on top of that green sheen that I had done on top of the black steel, and gave it kind of like a finished, neat look to it that was my own thing versus just what the inspiration picture had. The claws on all of the hands were also done with Warbler pearl art with the paint mixed in as well. The thing that you can't see in videos is that I also used glow paint, and this looks super awesome at night, but it doesn't really transfer well in videos and pictures. So there's my Astalos Blademaster set. I like the way it moves. I'm really proud of the skirt. I hope you all see what I see in its glory, lightning, glow in the dark, wonderfulness. I still have a few more details to add here, and I also would like to incorporate a weapon, but thanks so much for viewing this. I hope you enjoyed it.